live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we are gonna check out some of NFL free agents coming up in 2025. There's some good ones out there, I believe, and we'll go through the list because I got the list here from Spot Track. Obviously, these players are subject to change as they possibly could get signed after the season. You know, some out of the playoffs, and usually towards when the new season begins, players start to get new contracts, etc. So that is due to change. Then, of course, we're going to jump into must wins. Who are some must wins on these playoff teams? Players or coaches that need to win their game, because if they don't, it'll say a lot about them. We're going to do the initial ones, then honorable mentions, and we'll get through that. Then, of course, the latest of the 49ers news and what's going around the league. Some news about the DC situation. If you guys have not heard about it, that'll be the first thing we jump into, so that we can get it out of the way. And then we can just enjoy the fun stuff. Yay! All right. Papa J in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. What up? What up? What up? Yep, the Wolf Pack, baby. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Val, what up? What up? What up? Welcome in the house, Val. Appreciate you showing some love, as per usual. But before we get into anything at all, anything at all, we are brought to you by water, because water is good for you. It's good for your skin. It's good for your organs. It's good for your body. And I know for a fact there's people out there right now just drinking water. Drinking soda and not drinking a thing of water. And no, this is not 7-Up. Water. I wouldn't be here today without it. Get yours today. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the news about the San Francisco 49ers. Then we'll get into the other fun stuff out there. If you guys have not heard, the 49ers have officially interviewed Robert Saleh. This was just about an hour ago or so. And I got to say, I think that's kind of weird. I understand what they mean by interview, but there's no way in hell they were like, okay, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? I'm pretty sure it was more like, hey, what is going on with these head coaches? What are the circumstances? When can we hear from you? I'm going to assume that the interview process was actually really fast for Robert Saleh. I can't imagine it being like a super long thing where it's like, well, if you were presented this defense and then you have these weapons, what would you do here? What would you do here? No, I'm pretty sure it's just laying down the ground rules of like, okay, if you want to come in, like exactly how much power do you want, control do you want? Because that's going to be in question. And then possibility like when is the soonest that we can hear about it? Because this 49ers team cannot miss out on these defensive coordinators that are going to be picked off, okay? They cannot wait weeks after week after week. They cannot wait until after the Super Bowl for something like this. And we all know that Robert Saleh is working with the Packers right now, so he's going to be relatively busy, and that could be an issue. It really can. The reason why I say that is because if he's working with the Packers up until how long they last the playoffs, if they last until the Super Bowl, and we decide to wait for Robert Saleh, and there's no guarantee of that, that's kind of a big deal because he could take a head coaching job somewhere else, and we're screwed. We get the last of the pickings, and we have to somehow create a defensive coordinator out of nowhere. And that's kind of what Kyle Shanahan said prior to. It's like after you win the Super Bowl, you kind of have slim pickings of who you could pick as defensive coordinator, or when you move on from one, who is the next best thing. So Robert Saleh, that's going to be a weird thing. That's going to be a little bit of a weird thing. So I'm just saying, like, I think the interview thing is like kind of weird, but we all know that's going to be it's just, how do I put this? I'm scared if we sit there and wait for Robert Saleh. I would love Robert Saleh. Poggy would love to have Robert Saleh. I know all 49ers fan base would love to have Robert Saleh, but if we don't get any guarantees as soon as possible, we may miss out on some players if he doesn't decide to come back. You know what I mean? And I heard that he actually still has to interview for the Jaguars job and the Raiders job. Personally, if I was Robert Saleh, I would probably pick the Raiders job over the Jaguars job. However, you'll be working with Tom Brady, Mark Davis, and I don't know if personally I don't know if I would like that vibe. I don't know if I like the vibe of those two teams if I'm Robert Saleh. So we'll see how it goes, down the line when it comes to Robert Saleh. And maybe so, like the Raiders may want to go after Ben Johnson, if anything, or the Jaguars may want to go after someone else, not Robert Saleh. But I personally love the idea of bringing him in. But it may come out of the cost or it may come out of the gamble, and I don't know about that. Next up, we recently interviewed Detroit Lions passing game coordinator / DB coach Deshea is Deshea Townsend. He used to be a DB himself, inside, outside, apparently. Personally, I like that idea. I mean, the Lions are an excellent defense. Despite their injuries, they are able to perform on some level, and they had injuries with their cornerbacks and safety situation, and they performed. Those corners performed, those safeties performed. I love what I see from that group itself and the passing game as well. So there is a bright spot there, and I kind of like the idea of picking him up. I know he's never been a defensive coordinator before, but the idea of kind of having him as a defensive coordinator, maybe the next rising one, the next best one, I kind of like the idea of it. I really do. I mean, is there better option? Is he better an option than Robert Saleh? Of course not. I would much rather have Robert Saleh than this guy. Just because Robert Saleh knows the organization, knows the culture, knows these players, they'll get his back from the start. But this Deshea Townsend guy actually sounds really interesting. And if we hired him, I think I wouldn't be hyped, but I would definitely be a lot more optimistic if it was like than Brandon Staley, Ulbrich, or what's some other ones out there, Dennis Allen. I mean, there's a few of them out there, but I think I'd much rather have that guy than some of the people out there, that are considered for this job. So let me know who you guys would like as defensive coordinator. Does this Deshea Townsend guy actually sound quite interesting, especially coming from the Lions, who are a very dominant defense, despite their injuries? Robert Saleh coming back, that's a gamble. That'd be awesome to have that too as well. So that's the latest news with the San Francisco 49ers and who they've interviewed. I'm excited personally because it seems to me that this 49ers team is taking this very seriously, and they're not just taking anyone. So Robert Saleh, man. Robert Saleh, please come back, dude. Please come back. So, all right. Let's go ahead and jump into the must-wins of the NFL playoff weekend, Wildcard edition. So we're going ahead and jump through the players, get some honorable mentions out there, and then we'll go through that as well. Let's go ahead and bring up, and then we'll take a look at the odds too as well. Why not? Why not look at some of these odds? This is from the Athletic. Where's the top? Let's go to the very top tip. Okay, of this list. We go all the way to the top. You can tell I looked at it already, so it is what it is. That's the Texans. And then, okay. All right. Here we go. Los Angeles Chargers at the Houston Texans. The must wins that I have for this situation is that it's Justin Herbert. I mean, that should be an easy one. Justin Herbert it's a must win for him. The whole idea of him being I personally don't believe in the guy. I don't think he's got the it factor. And he's been a kind of a disappointment. Like, he shows flashes, but there's just inconsistency there. And there's no bigger moment than the playoffs. And if he can perform, at least perform. If you lose, that's bad. But, if you don't perform, that's terrible, right? And Poggy loves Herbert, believes in Herbert. I got the Chargers winning this game, actually. The Houston Texans, there's really nobody on the Houston Texans that needs to prove anything. They kind of crawled their way into the playoffs. And the Chargers have Jim Harbaugh as more of a proven commodity, while the Houston Texans, go into two straight playoffs with your last year was a rookie head coach, then coming into a sophomore head coach and still making the playoffs is a big deal. I mean, the two Houston Texans, which I'm going to say a couple times in this segment for other teams, is that they're playing with house money in my eyes. And if it's not Justin Herbert, it's a must win. It's CJ Stroud, because it's not in a bad way when I mean like that. I mean, if CJ Stroud loses this game, he's going to start developing a pattern of, can he get it done? Can he actually push himself further? He's going to start developing the trend that Lamar has, which is Lamar plays great in the regular season and then completely falls apart in the playoffs, right? So you're kind of developing that trend with CJ Stroud. But again, that's just an honorable mention. It's not like I'm actually saying it's a must win for him. But Herbert's been in the league long enough. I believe this is his second time being in the playoffs. Disappointment after disappointment from the previous years, and this is his time. This is Herbert's time to shine, especially Jim Harbaugh, right? Alex Smith was able to perform with it. Kaepernick was able to perform with him. I mean, it's all there. I understand that Herbert doesn't exactly have the weapons there, but he's supposed to be like this top 5 quarterback who's supposed to be super good and elevate his team, right? Could some things go against him where it holds him back, like drops like galore? Because sometimes Johnson, the wide receiver for the Chargers, does drop balls sometimes, and that does cost the team, and it's not really a knock on Justin Herbert. So there is this gray area with that, but however, it's Justin Herbert 110%. If you were to look at anyone on the team, you would think to yourself, okay, if they lose this game, it's going to be a knock on him, right? 110%. So that's what I got. And I also, as we've already done this before, I've already looked at it. I've already talked about it before with Poggy. I got the Chargers winning this game against the Houston Texans. And the Chargers are favored by 3 points. I actually was expecting that to be a little bit higher, but we shall see. I would definitely get the over on that, and probably the under on points. 42.5. That's not a lot actually together. I mean, it's like 21 points each. I could totally see this being like a 2017 game, really. But I definitely got the Chargers winning this game, and it's all on Herbert at this point in the season. So that's who I got. A couple comments. Michael in the house, Samuel in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. I say Chargers should win, but we need to watch out for the Houston's running game. Yeah, I got the Chargers winning, but the must win players wise is definitely going to be Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has to win this game. So Wolfie and everyone in the YouTube channel, everyone having a great day. Hey, we're having a great. Is today Thursday? Is today Thursday? I feel like it's. Why do I feel like it's Wednesday? I feel like it's Wednesday, but hey man, good to see you. Good to see you. 49 being in the house. Whenever you have a chance, I sent you. Oh, you did? All right. I'll definitely check it out, man. Definitely check it out for sure. Right after this. Let me write it down. I'll write it down. 49er Media email. So don't forget. 49er Media email. Yeah, I get my email tells me I need to check my shit way more often. I really get those alerts. I get those alerts a lot. I'm doing an ESPN NFL Premier Bracket. If anyone wants in, it's free. Check it out, guys. If you guys are interested in this playoff bracket, go ahead and check it out. Be sure. Tom in the house. Hey guys, be sure to like the live. It pushes out the content, and it brings in more of the Wolfpack together, and we all have a better conversation. All good, all good. Hey, that's good, man. That's good. I'll check out that. I will check out the email. So let's move on to the next team for the must wins, and then we'll go through that. Wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of the 8 people working at the Athletic, I think that's where this is from. Yeah, the Athletic have Houston winning this. 2 out of 8. I just feel like Chargers 110%, man. I'm not saying Houston can't do it, but I mean they really should be favorites. Oh my God. I'm dying over here. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Again, I had the Ravens winning this one already when we did our predictions. Personally, I just think the Ravens have way more in their arsenal. I understand that they're division rivals, which creates different tension, different kind of games. But the Steelers, I just feel like are just going to keep doing Steelers things, losing in the wild card round. They just keep following the same trend of playing great for 11 games, and then afterwards just completely falling apart and then losing the wild card round. And I just feel like the same way is going to happen here. Baltimore's favored by 10 points. I think that's a shit ton, a lot more than actually – I think it's a lot more than I think it's too much. I would take the under on that just because Baltimore and Pittsburgh tend to always have a dogfight, and it's always relatively close. So I would take the under on that, and I would have Baltimore winning. So – and I'm actually shocked by this over-under here being only 43.5 points with a 10-point favorite. That's actually wild. That means they don't expect Pittsburgh to score a lot. So, all right. And then, so here comes the my God, I'm dying over here, guys. All right. So coming on over here to the must-win player of this game, the Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers, the must-win player is Lamar Jackson. 110%. It's Lamar Jackson. without a doubt in my mind. That dude has this stigma already that he performs in a regular season, doesn't do very well in the playoffs. I feel like if as far as he goes, he's probably always going to be the must-win player of the game, no matter what, from both sides. It's just such a big deal for Lamar. 2-time MVP, supposed to be this incredible quarterback, elite, always shows up, but he doesn't show up in the playoffs. There is this stigma that he cannot do it, and he needs to overcome that. And so I just feel like for as long as he goes to the playoffs, he's forever going to be the most pressured, the most must-win player or coach in a game for the rest of these playoffs. The dude's constantly – he's been to one AFC championship game, I believe. And that's just because they were number one seed, so they missed out on the playoffs. He's never won, like, consecutive playoff games. He wins one, then loses it. So it's just he needs to show up, right? And there's really no one else on that squad on the Steelers or the Ravens where they really need it the most, and they have something to prove. You could argue that it's Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh. You could argue that, but John Harbaugh's already won a Super Bowl, right? Mike Tomlin's already won a Super Bowl, already done their thing. I understand that Mike Tomlin losing would just be another situation of like, and that's my honorable mention is Mike Tomlin, because he's going through this process of just like getting to 500 and then just giving up. The moment he gets to 500, it seems like the quality of their play, the quality of the team just dips. It dips so fucking hard, right? He does not. It's weird. It really is weird. Like I would joke about it, right? But it's like they just don't have it anymore. It's like they use everything, their entire game plan, all their tricks, whatever they have going on, go full go for 11 games. And afterwards they're either too exhausted, don't have the game plan anymore, or they get figured out. It's wild, actually. So my honorable mention is definitely Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, who have been kind of falls. I don't want to say he's connected with Lamar because Lamar just doesn't perform. Well, John Harbaugh there's been always talks about him getting fired every year towards the end of the season when he does lose the playoffs, and people need to move on from him. There was talks about him being fired earlier in the year, so this is kind of a must-win for him. But if I had to pick out of all of that, it would definitely be Lamar Jackson in this game, and I'm going to take the under on the 10.5. And I would take the over of 43.5 points. So we got a couple comments here. I picked Baltimore winning big, big as in like two score game, 10 plus points. Because I don't think so. I think it's gonna be closer than that, man. I think it's gonna be closer than that. I thank your hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Appreciate that right here. I got Texans and Ravens winning. Oh, you mean Chargers? You got the Chargers and Ravens winning. Same here, man. I got them too as well. It just seems obvious, really. You know what I mean? I could whoop ass versus the Ravens 33-10. Wow, dude, 33-10? 33-10? That's wild, Tom. That's wild. I don't think it's going to be like that. My daughter picked Eagles over Chiefs in the playoffs. I picked Chiefs over Lions. My cousin picked Rams over Chiefs. Your cousin, man, must be a Chiefs fan, dude. That's not cool. Eagles over Chiefs. I could definitely see that. That would definitely be a huge possibility. That's probably one of the biggest favorites right now. It's for the Eagles and Chiefs. Eagles have it all right now. Chiefs just have that magic, and that's definitely a very likable situation. Chiefs over Lions. I mean, it's possible, but the Chiefs offense is not very great to really take advantage too much of that injured defense of the Lions, while the Lions have an insane offense. But I mean, it does seem like sometimes when the best offense faces one of the best defenses, the defenses usually come out on top. A la Legion of Boom against the Broncos in the Super Bowl. A la the Chiefs over the 49ers #1 defense in the Super Bowl. It does seem like the defense does get the best of the offense in these situations. So I guess with that being said, I guess I can see why Chiefs over Lions, but I'd much rather see the Lions win that game. Rams over Chiefs. I almost don't even want to say it because it hurts, but Rams over Chiefs, I wouldn't mind. I'm taking the Ravens. I don't blame you. Baltimore 37, Pittsburgh 23. Man, you guys are like, I don't even think it gets that far. Wow, that's crazy. 37 points, Michael? Damn. Just trying to highlight for the fullest, homie. If Harbaugh was available, would you take him over? No, I would not. 49ers would be great with the Baltimore coach. I disagree. Papa J, prayers for people in Los Angeles. No doubt, no doubt. Sorry to change the subject, but just curious. No, you're good. Los Angeles definitely has prayers. It's sad over there right now. No, I don't think John Harbaugh is that good of a coach. What he was, right? But now I just think he's officially washed. I don't think he's that guy anymore. So, no. And I think that's wild that people would take John Harbaugh from Kyle. That is wild to me. I think that's wild, in my opinion. I don't know why. I can't imagine that. Do we know if the games can play in Arizona instead of Levi South? I don't know. I mean, I can imagine it would be probably. I guess I could check real quick. Hold on. Let me just tap it on. Los Angeles. Don't want to talk too much about other things, but Rams playing. Because I know a lot of people are talking about the fire in Los Angeles right now. So we're playing in Arizona. Nothing yet. It's just a possibility, according to this. Just says Rams could be calling Arizona get home for a Monday playoff game. Sean McVay still, this was 19 minutes ago. Sean McVay still expects the Rams playoff game to be in Inglewood. He says a few Rams employees have been affected by the fires, but no players or coaches were in an affected area. So it does sound like they're still, it sounds like they're still going to play in Rams as of right now. All right. Jumping into the next playoff win. Everyone's got Baltimore here. All 8. Baltimore, and Baltimore. Sounds about right. I don't think anyone really has the Steelers going. That'd be kind of wild. Like, I mean, the Steelers can do it, right? The Steelers can win this game. It's a divisional game, and divisional games just aren't the same. They're just not the same like other ones. So it's possible, but if you were a betting man, you would have to pick the Ravens, right? You would have to. Denver Broncos. So let's jump to the next one. Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills. Let's see what's going on there. Vikings versus Rams at Santa Clara. Michael. Woo. Yeah. All right. All right. So Denver Broncos at Buffalo Bills. My must win for this game is Josh Allen. The Broncos, like the Texans, are playing with house money. Okay? They're just happy to be there, man. Like, if they win that game, that is a W in itself. That is a Super Bowl in itself, right? So, and looking at the Bills side of everything, there's my honorable mention would be Sean McDermott, because I feel like if they lose in the wild card to the Browns, not Browns but Broncos, they might very well fire the guy, right? There's already talk about possibly firing him, getting rid of him already this year. Same thing with John Harbaugh with the Baltimore Ravens. So I do think that, but Josh Allen needs to win a Super Bowl, needs to at least fucking go there. And he's been declining. AFC Championship, losing divisional, and then now is if he loses in the wild card round, Jesus Christ, that's bad. That's going to look really bad. And then Allen and Lamar are going to almost carry the same weight. I would say Lamar's situation is a lot worse because he doesn't perform. Allen just gets super close. And then either the 13-second game or it's just a super close game despite Allen playing really well. But if he loses out in the wild card game, that's going to hurt him a lot. It's going to hurt him a lot. Sean McDermott, you could argue it's him because he would potentially get fired for losing the wild card round. But I just feel like the player itself, Josh Allen, is supposed to be a franchise player, would get a terrible label on him, right? And I think it would look really bad. I think the conversation after a Broncos-Bills game would be, all right, what is Josh Allen? Why can't Josh Allen do it? Why is it always like this, right? I feel that people are talking way more about Josh Allen than the Broncos actually winning that game, I feel like. So my must-win player is without a doubt Josh Allen, and my honorable mention would be Sean McDermott. Who I got winning this game is the Bills. Who I want to win this game is the Broncos. Same thing as Poggy. Poggy thinks the same thing. The spread is 9 points favored to the Buffalo Bills. I would take the over on that as well. I do think that the Bills are just going to walk through this, dominate. I understand the Broncos have a great defense. They have a good coach in Sean, why do I want to say Sean Brown? Why do I want to say Sean Payton? Why did I want to say Sean Brown for some? So Sean Payton is he's a great coach too, but you have a rookie quarterback, right? And that guy is carrying your team. That guy is going to have all the pressure on him. And we all know that playoff games are big games. Playoff games are big games. And what you do in big games is a really big deal. And you cannot count on a rookie quarterback to just suddenly be great in a sudden death game, right? So I just don't want to put that expectation on the Broncos whatsoever, right? So Josh Allen is he needs to win this game. Has to. If he loses this game, it's going to be a huge deal. People are going to talk about it all fucking week. All week. So let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Everyone's got the Buffalo Bills from this place. I don't blame them either. But keep in mind, man, this could be a huge trap game for the Bills. The Broncos could win this game. They have a great defense and a coach. If Bo Nix just plays relatively good, they can win this game. If he just plays mid, they can win this game. It's really on the shoulders of Bo Nix. But you can't give him that pressure because he is a rookie. You can't be like he has to do this. He doesn't have to, right? It'd be great if he did, but that expectation's not there. So moving on to the next game, but look at some comments. I see this is the end of the road for Bo Nix. I agree. I would. Bills win 40-10. Whoa, dude. Oh my God. I'm going to say like 24, 17, 14, something like that. I think it'd be closer than that. That's wild. Tom is certain with his picks, no doubt. Bills will win, but watch out for Bo Nix. He could be a surprise upset for the Bills. I agree. It could be a surprise upset. He's like, it could be a surprise upset. But I got 42-17. I like it. Wolfie, I agree with you. Josh Allen needs this win. Yeah, 110%, man, 110%. Josh Allen needs this win. Somehow get his team to the Super Bowl. Bills 0-4 in Super Bowls. I know if they're 0-5 in Super Bowls, that'd be brutal, but that would be more of a mark on the franchise than it would be Josh Allen. But Josh Allen just needs to, there is levels to success, and I preach this all the time. There's levels to success. There's people that bitch all the time about how they don't make the playoffs and they just want to make it there just one time in like 10 years, 20 years, whatever. Some people are like just bitching. I just want to win. I just want to win a playoff game, and they can't do it. I just want to make the NFC Championship, and they can't do it. A la the Cowboys. And some people are like, okay, we made the Super Bowl, and then just be like, that's not good enough. There's levels to success. And as for Josh Allen, he needs to at least make the Super Bowl. His level of success is making it to the AFC Championship game. Can he get over that hump, right? Can he get to the Super Bowl? There's levels to success, and Josh Allen needs to prove that he can do it. So Bills versus Broncos, a sneaky one, 27-17 Bills win, 110% Juan in the house. 110%, dude. I agree. I think it's be sneaky. I think out of all the games, like the I don't want to say the Washington Commanders Bucks game. That's more like a whatever game, right? That it is one where you're like, I don't know. But if there's like a sneaky, like this team is supposed to win, but this team is supposed to lose, it would definitely, without a doubt, be the Broncos versus Bills. That game, that could be that could be a trap game for the Bills. If Allen doesn't do it, just shows that Rams were right. If Josh Allen doesn't do it, just shows that the Rams were right. Right about what? Did they say that Josh Allen wasn't good? I don't understand that one. Hey, we're showing some love. That's what I like to see. All right. Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. This one, some people say Nick Sirianni, which is my honorable mention. Nick Sirianni. So, you want to talk about how 49ers content creators are brutal. You want to talk about how, the news is kind of hard on Kyle and everyone, their fan base. The Eagles, man, they're cutthroat. There's some cutthroat fans. They're already like, let's fire this fucking guy. There's people who are saying we should fire him now, right? They're cutthroat over there. I'm not going to lie to you. And they're already talking about Nick Sirianni not like he should be fired if he loses wild card game. I think he should too, right? I don't like the guy. I think he needs to be humbled and knocked down a peg. I really don't like the guy, but that's my own personal animosity, judgment of the guy where honestly, him on the field, he's not that bad of a coach, right? Like he obviously gets these dubs, gets these players ready. Yeah, he has an elite roster, one of the best rosters in the league, if not the best roster in the league, but he still gets the W's, right? And if he were to lose this game, he could potentially get fired. And he would be my must-win player or coach of this game. Packers, I feel like they're expected to lose, right? I feel like the Packers they're kind of crawling their way into the playoffs. A few teams are doing that this year, but the Packers got holes, man. They got problems. And there's really no expectation of Super Bowl with those guys. There's no player there where they need to win this game. Even Jordan Love, I don't even think Jordan Love has an expectation where he needs to go to the Super Bowl, which is wild because he got the payment. He got paid and shit like that, but I don't feel that expectation. Some people say it's Nick Sirianni, but I think the must-win player is Saquon Barkley. That dude gave up the record, the potential to break the record, most likely would have against that terrible Giants team. By the way, if I was the Giants, man, I would play every play call I had, not to go off subject here, every play call I had would be stopping the run. I would have every safety focus on Saquon Barkley. I would do everything in my power to make sure that Saquon Barkley does not break the record against my team. If I was the Giants, I would do everything. I don't care if they throw for 1,000 fucking yards against us. I am not letting that man break the record if I was the Giants. But that didn't happen, so we don't have to have that conversation. But Saquon Barkley gave it up. He gave up that opportunity. He wanted to be rested, well rested for the playoffs. He sacrificed that opportunity so that he can play better for his teammates, so that way he has a better opportunity for the Super Bowl, which I think is, by the way, I want to say that's very, very selfless. Props to Saquon for doing that. However, if he loses in the wild card round after doing that, that's not worth it. That price you paid is not worth it. That price you paid will sit with him. Heck, he might come back next year and feel that vengeance, like I need to redeem myself and I'm going to go for the record this time, etc., which I wouldn't blame him. But it's this year and this is what you sacrificed. This is the price you paid. And that price of Hall of Fame record books, a record that stood for 40 years, asterisks or not, it does not matter. He would be the record holder regardless. And he gave that up. So you giving this up, man, you need to win this game. You cannot go out in the wild card round. You know what? I would give him a pass if he lost the Super Bowl or lost the NFC Championship. I'd be like, hey, man, you had a good run. It was worth a shot. You won 2 playoff games. You got to the NFC Championship. You lost. I wouldn't feel too bad for him. But if you lose in the wild card round after giving that up, dude, bruh, that would be so bad. That would be so bad. And I would feel so bad for Barkley. I would. So my must win is Saquon Barkley. He needs this game. He needs it. He can't. Sirianni would let him down. I mean, I can imagine the players would feel bad for Saquon Barkley. A.J. Brown, Lane Johnson, that offensive line that loves him. The whole team loves him. NFL fans who are not fans of the Eagles love him, right? And it would just be so bad. It would just be so bad. And so he needs to win this game. And I got the Eagles winning this game. All right. I think the Eagles are going to win this game decisively. I think it's going to be a 2-score game. I think it's going to be like 30-13 or 30-20. I think it's going to be somewhere around there. Right. Their team is just way too good. Right. And if they lost, I would be shocked if they lost. I would be shocked. So my honorable mention is Nick Sirianni. The must win for me is Saquon Barkley. and I got Philly winning this game, and I clearly have them taking the cover of 4.5 points. Do I have them getting the over of 45.5 points? I do. I'll take the over on that one as well. So Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my take on that. Confusing Josh Jones. I forgot you. Eagles win 28-24, but I won't be surprised if the Packers pull this one out. I know they've been bad lately, but I think they'll clutch up and show up. We'll see. It's playoffs, man. It's the playoffs. I pick Eagles 31-24. Yeah, it's you guys got a tighter game than I do. All right, it's a lot tighter than you guys got a tighter game than I do. So it's pretty brutal when you're in the playoffs and want your head coach to be fired. I know, dude. They do. I pay attention to their last year before we. Sometimes I'll still get news from them. I follow some Eagles content creators that I followed before the 49ers faced them last year, right? Because I want to see what they had to say. And man, are they brutal. They have a high fucking standard, man. They are brutal. But yeah, Eagles 35, Packers 6. Damn. Tom is like blowout. Damn, my friend. My daughter picks Eagles 37, Packers 17. That's about on par, man. I agree with your daughter there, man. Nikita has a good prediction there. I actually kind of like that. I think the Packers just don't. They're missing Watson. They're kind of iffy. Like what was it? I forgot who said that. Juwan said, like Juwan said that they're kind of playing a little bit badly as of late. Eagles are on fire. They're not doing like they did last year, where they were just struggling towards the end, pulling a Steelers. The Eagles just look great, right? And they look fantastic. And I think it's going to be a double win game. I don't know about 35-6, but it's possible. But 35-6 would be someone needs to be fired if they lose 35-6. Someone needs to get fired. I'm just saying. But this score, I think this one is probably one I agree with the most. Is 37-17. Eagles are going to win, in my opinion. I do too. Jalen Hurts is my most win player. I mean, it's possible. All right. I'd love to hear why. Jordan Love and his wide receivers are out. I think he's just missing Watson. He's got Dobbs, right? And there's another one. Reed. They got Jordan Reed and Dobbs out there. So I think Eagles will win the Super Bowl. Ooh. I mean, it's possible. I mean, they are one of the favorites. They're up there with the Lions. It's like Lions, Eagles are the most favored. The Vikings. We'll get to the Vikings. Obviously, we'll talk about the Vikings a little bit. But yeah, definitely Eagles and Lions, I feel like have the best opportunity to go to the Super Bowl and win it, facing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, because I got the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl 110%, even winning it. So, because the Chiefs have not given me a single reason to think they're not going to win it, right? They got the magic. They got the luck. It doesn't matter how bad their defense or offense plays. They make the plays they have to, and they've shown that. They've shown out. Packers will have a few players back. They won't have Watson or Jair Alexander, but they will have everyone else. Oh, yeah, that's right. They have Jair Alexander. Oof. Oh, hell no. If the Eagles and their fan base, I hope they don't win. Nando knows. Super Bowl pick, Ravens versus Eagles, because I don't like the Chiefs. Got it. But who do you think is going to win? There's who you want to go? Because who I want to go would be, as of right now, Bucks, Commanders versus Bills. That's about it. That's what I want, right? I'm slim pickings when it comes to that. All right. Let's move on to the next batch, the next game. And the next game is, oh my God, only one expert has Green Bay Packers winning this game. Chad Graff. If the Packers win, guess what? This motherfucker is going to be obnoxious all fucking week at The Athletic. I tell you what. I'd be talking so much shit. But if he loses, all 7 of these bastards here are just going to be like, you are stupid. So, all right, let me drink some water before we get to the next one. I'm kind of losing my voice here. I'm losing my voice. I'm going to win the Super Bowl. We're gonna three-peat. Who am I voicing there? All right, Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who's my must-win player or coach? 110%. My must-win player or coach is Todd Bowles. It's not Baker Mayfield. It's not Mike Evans. He's already won a Super Bowl. There's nobody really iconic on that defense that's like they need to get one. There's no defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, doesn't matter. Todd Bowles needs to show that he can keep his job. So I promise you, if he loses this wild card game, I'm going to make a prediction right now. I usually make predictions for 49ers because I know the team better, but I know enough with Todd Bowles. If Todd Bowles loses this game, I'm certain that dude's fired. I'm certain he's fired, like without a doubt, right? Because last year, yeah, he beat the Eagles, but then he got stomped the next game, and it just wasn't a good look, right? And everyone was kind of already doubting Tom Bowles. He already has that, like, he doesn't seem like a Super Bowl caliber, head coach, right? He needs this game. He has to win this game. He needs it, right? Especially going up against a rookie quarterback, Dan Quinn's first year back as a head coach. You got they just assembled their team heading into the playoffs. Just like I've said for the past couple other teams that I can't think of them on top of my head, like the Broncos, right? They're playing with house money. Washington Commanders are playing with house money. They don't have an expectation here. Whatever they get, it's a gift, right? Whatever comes their way, it is a gift, right? And what kind of sucks for Todd Bowles is he's facing a head coach that's been to a Super Bowl, right? He's done it before. Todd Bowles, I guess, he was the defensive coordinator, I think, with Tom Brady. Or was he the offensive coordinator? I don't remember which one. But you had Tom Brady, right? And then it was Bruce. I can't think of who the head coach was. You know what I'm talking about. That guy, he wasn't the head coach at the time. He needs to prove that he can do it, right? He needs to at least make the NFC Championship game, something like that. And I know that's some high expectations, but if you are the owner, if you're a fan of the Bucs, you want a head coach that you could be confident in, right? And he needs to prove to this fan base that he can do it. Todd Bowles has a lot riding right now, right? His reputation. I think he will be fired if he does not win this game, right? You have Baker Mayfield, who just signed, who was pretty good this year. He was pretty good. You got Mike Evans, who's running out of years, right? You got older players that are going to move on. Your Super Bowl window may close soon. So you really, really, really need this W if you're Todd Bowles, because you're going to be fired, and it doesn't get much worse than that, unless you're giving up a Hall of Fame rookie record, not rookie, but a Hall of Fame record like what Saquon did, So, yeah, I got Todd Bowles must win. I got who do I have win this? I think I chose the Commanders. I could be wrong, but with that prediction, then I have Todd Bowles being fired. So, right now the Bucs are favored by 3 points. I will take the 3 points. I do think it's going to be relatively close. I do think it's going to be about a 3-point game. It might be like 24. It might be 27, 24-ish. Is kind of what I have. The over-under is insane to me. I obviously have the over with a 27-24 game, but that just barely beats it. I think it's going to be 27-24. And I may be changing my pick, but I can't remember who I picked. I really don't remember. Did I pick the Bucs? I think I picked the Bucs winning this game, 27-24. So Todd Bowles saves his career. The Washington Commanders just has a rookie quarterback. Jaden Daniels haven't been here yet. I'm not saying he can't do it, but just like Bo Nix and the boat that he's in, that expectation's not there. This is something unknown, so we'll see how it goes. And the professionals three of them got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think, and 5 of them got the Washington Commanders. So, and that's from The Athletic. All right. Got some comments here. I don't know. I think the Ravens will go. I think they've been proven almost everything, and they will outmatch Kansas City. It's definitely possible. It's just that Kansas City's got magic, dude. They got magic, right? Commanders 31, Buccaneers 24. I like that score. That's not a bad score. I picked Tampa Bay's 27-17 game. Damn, Michael. Damn. I don't know, man. I just don't see Commanders. I don't see the Commanders getting blown up by 10 points. I think they're getting a little closer than that, but we'll see, man. It's definitely possible, I guess. I don't think it's going to be like 30-something to 6 or some shit. Commanders, I think Jaden Daniels is going to light up that Bucs secondary up. It'll be a high-scoring 34-30. Oh, shit. That should be a fun game. Jalen Hurts is getting paid a lot, and he did horrible last season. He's one playoff loss away from turning into Russell Wilson. Therefore, it is a must-win for him. It is. I can see what you're saying. Like, it's a must-win for him, but I will disagree on the severity of it. People will give him an excuse for his concussion, and he's got more years ahead of him. And I don't think he has that stigma because he's been to a Super Bowl compared to other quarterbacks like Lamar, Allen, who are considered the top of their game, while Jalen Hurts is considered a second-tier quarterback. So that expectation really doesn't weigh on him. But if you want to say, I guess, to a level, he does have an expectation. And he does have something to prove because he wants to win the Super Bowl, and they gave him that money to win it. So I do understand where you're coming from, but I wouldn't do that. Papa J's got the Commanders. All right. Rombo would go crazy if he sees the Rams in the Super Bowl and win it. Papa J, Rudy, and the Rams would be roasting Rombo for now. He's got a huge connection with the Rams, man. From what I hear, the Rams just like to go in Rombo's sports situation, huh? Oh, my God. I guess it's kind of like his Poggy's biggest op is the Seattle Seahawks in the division. My biggest op in the division is definitely the Seattle Seahawks. If the Rams win it, I even live in Southern Cali. I don't feel that tension. I don't feel that need. Like division rivals are going to talk shit. They're going to be like, you suck, Purdy sucks, blah, we won the Super Bowl, blah, blah, but you got 3. All right, you got 3 Super Bowls. Calm down. Okay. I wouldn't feel that, right? But with the Seattle Seahawks, I lived in Washington most of my life. So I developed that animosity, and that would drive me more insane. Same thing with Poggy. He lives in Portland, so he's a lot more connected to the Seattle Seahawks. But the Rams, man, I'm not that like I'm not happy about it, right? Like it's not something I want to happen. It's not something I would be like, fuck, I'm going to hear Rams fans talk shit. It's not something I want. But from what I hear from you guys, it is like the worst outcome. It is like the worst outcome, which I'm actually kind of shocked by. So, all right, the next game, which is the last game, we'll jump into that one. I'm not saying that, Papa J. That's not how I roll, but I hear what you're saying. You're saying the other name. Hot take, but I like the name Commanders. I prefer the old logo. Most definitely. Most people do. Most people like the old name. Most people do. I'm from the East Coast, New York, New York, and I'm a big 49ers fan, Boston Celtics, Red Sox, and Bruins fan. Oh, you got to say Bruins? Bruins, man. You just went in my chest with that one, dude. In my chest. I'm an LA Kings fan. I'm an LA Kings, Seattle Kraken fan. I'm like in between. I'm in between that. And Bruins is one of my least favorite teams in the NHL. It's the Bruins and the Blackhawks. Though, and there's another team too I can't think of that I don't like, but those two are my most hated ones. But I'm not saying the Bruins aren't. The Bruins are pretty good though. It's the Penguins. That's what it is. The Penguins. It's the Blackhawks, Bruins, and Penguins. I never want to see them win again. Never want to see it again. Hold on, I'll drink some water. All right, so we're talking about the next game real quick, and I'll get you guys' comments about that. Minnesota Vikings at the Los Angeles Rams. We just technically talked about that a little bit. I wouldn't, not to go too far with it, but like I said, I would care, but I wouldn't care as much as you guys would if they won. But I understand that if Rombo's got like majority of Rams fans that come in here and talk smack or whatever. Hey, but guess what? That's engagement. That's content. Boosts his algorithm, right? So props to him, but sad that he has to deal with all that shit. So I don't know. I just don't feel like I have Rams talk shit to me all the time. They'll say Purdy's worse than Darnold, or they will troll on some like huge levels, but I don't feel it, if that makes sense, right? I I don't feel like I need to defend or I don't feel it. So this game, holy crap. What the F? The favorite, the Minnesota Vikings are favorited by 1 point. 1 point. 1 point? What the fuck? That's crazy, dude. Okay, so let's jump into the must win. I feel like this is the most obvious one of them all. The must win player or coach. It's not Kevin O'Connell. It's not Sean McVay. It's not Matthew Stafford. It's not Harrison Smith. It's no one. It's 110%, especially after the game against the Lions. It is without a doubt Sam the Ghost Darnold. Okay? He needs to win this game. After that Lions game, he cannot win big games, man. And he folds in big games. And the Lions game was huge on a huge level, right? That was for the division. That was for you skipping that wild card round and jumping straight into the divisional. It was huge. He missed wide open wide receivers left and right. He missed his first reads. He did not trust his first reads. I saw him straight up look at a wide receiver that was wide open, and then he changed his mind. And then overthrew wide receivers like crazy, dude. He was fucking terrible. He was the Jets. He was the Jet Sam Darnold, right? And then you could see there's a play you can go back and watch where he was looking at the Lions defense, and he did that thing where Daniel Jones versus the 49ers, not the previous year, but the last year before that, Daniel Jones was like, just like he looked scared. Same thing with Sam Darnold. He looked scared. He looked panicked. He was going, oh my God. This game is huge for Sam Darnold. If he loses this game, he not only loses a lot of credit, he loses millions and millions of dollars. He loses potential job with the Vikings. Not only that, job somewhere else, and people are just going to look at him as a backup quarterback, right? And I don't think he's a backup quarterback. I think he's proven himself to be a back-end quarterback, obviously, that starts. But if he cannot win this playoff game against the Rams with that offense out there, with that offensive line, with that tight end, with that running back, with that wide receiver duo, with that defense, Jesus criminy cricket, dude. You have to win this game. You have to. And it's bar none, no one comes closer. No one comes closer. It's all eyes are going to be on Sam Darnold. And so we'll see how it goes, but man, it's a must win for Sam Darnold. But I have the Rams winning this game, right? I have the Rams winning this game. I trust Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. I trust their veteran ability, especially in the playoffs, winning that Super Bowl, doing what they did. Their defense, which is young, looks really good. I think they're going to do a good job of shutting down Sam Darnold. So I got them winning it. I think Sam Darnold comes back to earth. So that's who I got. And the score is obviously I'm going to pick the over of 1 point. That's wild. 1 point. The over under of 48 points, however, that's tough. That's tough. Like if Sam Darnold could score like 10, 15 points, while the Rams, you can count them probably scoring like 27, 30. Man, I almost want to take the under, and I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the under on this one. I got the under. I'm going to say 30-17. I'm going to say 30-17 Los Angeles Rams. See what you guys had to say. I say Vikings should win 31-24. Okay, that's good. You guys see that one? I hate the Rams, says Tom. Rudy Goods, clowns that use Purdy's name and fake names, attack all females in Rumble Sports and others. Yeah, I heard about that. That's brutal, man. If anybody does like that, we allow Rams fans in here. We'll allow haters in here. It's fine. But if anybody personally attacks anyone, I want that person gone. We don't personally attack people like that here. Okay, you're allowed to talk some shit. You're allowed to say the 49ers suck. You're allowed to say Sam Darnold's better than Purdy, whatever. but there will never be someone in this comment section taking personal shots. If they play in Levi South, I'm pretty sure the Rams will win, but if they go to Arizona, have a chance. Like, that's true. But then again, like if you're looking at it with the Rams, they're always technically playing away games because they have little to no fan base, right? So they're kind of carrying the same weight as they would anywhere else. And I do trust the Rams more to play at an away stadium than the Viking stadium because at that point, they're both playing at away stadiums, right? And I would trust the Rams more. I should buy Rombo a Vikings versus Rams at Lebo if they do go play there. I would say Matthew Stafford's a must win for him, but after listening to you, I changed my mind. I agree that Sam Darnold needs to miss one 110%. Sam's won. I think Matthew Stafford doesn't need to win this. I think he's won his Super Bowl. You know, he's proven enough. People already consider him a Hall of Famer. You know, he's done his I think he's done his work. I don't even think he needs to win this for any reason, right? But yeah, Sam Darnold, 110%. 110% Sam Darnold. So, all right, that is the must wins and the odds for the games coming up. Wild card weekend should be a blast, should be fun. I am going live for the games. I'm going to try. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to try and go live every single playoff game. I'm going to try and pull a Tom Grossi, okay, and watch every playoff game. We'll see. No promises, but I think we can do it. Right? Put ourselves out there. We get more followers, more likes, more watch time, you know, and we just grow this wolf pack together, have a better conversation, and there's nothing better than playoff football, right? So I'm excited about that. That is the wild card weekend predictions, essentially, and the must wins. Let me think about it. Boop. I'm all out of water. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the hold on. Vikings 40 points. Damn, Tom. Jeez, you guys really do hate the Rams. Fuck. I should have having a big show sing the America song on the field. Rams lose, Stafford and Cup retire. Let's go. Hopefully you get rated by Tom. That'd be dope. I've already been rated by Tom before, and I think that's where you came from, right? I think I know you from the raid from Tom. Yeah, the raid is awesome, man. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, when he rated my stream, man, it helped me out a lot because I lost, not to get into this, but I lost like 800 hours worth of possible monetization where you have to reach like 3,000 hours in a year. And I lost like 800 hours. But with that raid, I shit you not, I recovered like 250 of that just from a raid alone. So I will definitely, without a doubt, appreciate that. It would definitely make my day if that happens, right? That would help me out a lot. Tom's a good guy, man. He always tries his charity things all the time. He does he supports other channels all the time. You know, he works his ass off. Tom deserves everything he has from what I've seen. The dude is constantly on it. And he doesn't just cover one team. Not only does he cover his team, he covers everything. I don't know when that guy sleeps. Truly, that dude's always doing something. So, all right. Fuck the Rams. I'm going to pay someone to make a Rams diss track. Hit up that depressed Cowboys fan. Hit up that guy. That guy's really good at making diss tracks. Fuck the 49ers. Fuck the 49ers. Yeah, you're a sorry-ass team. Sorry, that's a banger. That's a banger. All right. We're here to support you, Wolfie. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you 110%, man. I appreciate it. Let's make this Wolfpack into a Wolfpack empire. Do it. All right, let's go ahead and just quickly look. We're coming up on our hour, but just real quick for fun, let's go ahead and go through some of the upcoming free agents. We won't spend too much longer on this. We'll probably look at like just a few and then get out of here for like 10 minutes, and then we'll bounce. I'm going to stop that screen there. Let me bring it up. There it is. Boop. Boop. All right. So, and bam, right there. Okay. So these are the upcoming free agents for this of the NFL that us as 49ers fans can get kind of excited about, right? This is from Spotrac. I don't know. Is it Spotrac or is it Spot Rack? I don't know. Spot Rack. That's funny. Okay, so Stephon Diggs. I'm not into that. T. Higgins. Don't really see him going to the 49ers, but I heard the Bengals really want to keep him, and I heard that Higgins is willing to take a discount, but not like for free or whatever. So Higgins, whatever. But I don't think we need a wide receiver, especially with Pearsall's rise and Ayuk potentially coming back. I don't think we really need a wide receiver. Allen, he's older, maybe able to get him for a cheaper price. I wouldn't mind bringing a veteran like that. Mari Cooper is probably going to go back to the Buffalo Bills. I would be shocked. Chris Godwin is definitely. I will see him going back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just don't see it. I just see him wanting to go somewhere else and possibly get a bigger payday. I think he already took a pay cut to stay with the Buccaneers. And I think once you do it once, it's really rare that a player does it again. So Brandon Cooks, no, pass on him. That dude's been passed around a lot. Khalil Mack, how old is that guy? 33. How are you 33.8 years old? That's really interesting to me. Anyway, Khalil Mack, I wouldn't mind bringing him in. I mean, he's still got something in the tank. I mean, if it's relatively cheap, not that expensive, right? I'd bring him in. Good pass rusher, vet, could teach the rookie we bring in or any other depth players we bring in. I like Khalil Mack. I really do. I actually wouldn't mind bringing him in. It just depends upon the price, right? $5 million, sure. $7 million, sure. I wouldn't mind doing that. But I'm not paying him $19 million. That's supposed to be his market value is $19 million. I'm not doing that. No. It's way too much. Way too much. I'm sharing your live Wolfie on Snapchat. Ooh, appreciate you, Michael. Damn, man. You're dope, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. I got the Bills versus Lions. Bills win by 50. Lions 40. Damn, dude. Damn. What's a Tom Grossi raid anyway? Tom Grossi is a YouTuber. He has like 775,000 followers. He's a Packers fan, but he also covers the entire NFL. He makes skits all the time. But what he does is at halftime of every single game, he tries to find smaller channels, right, and raid them. So what happens is he'll post the link to that channel, and then all of his viewers will jump into that channel, and they'll comment, Tom Grossi raid, and then Tom Grossi will react, being like, hey, what is he? Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes, I can't remember what it was, and I still laugh at this. One time there was a guy who didn't like it. He was like, what's going on, man? No, what's happening, man? I just want to watch the game. And Tom was like, oh, I guess we should, everyone out. Like he didn't like people raiding his shit. I thought that was pretty funny. But what happens is he does that, he watches reactions and stuff. And one time he came in and I laughed my ass off. I was like, yes, let's go. I went back and watched it and everything. I was like, how did he react when I did it? He was there for like a second. He wasn't there for very long, but it was a great moment. It was a satisfying moment for sure. He helps out small channels. And maybe one day that's something I'll get into as we get bigger and the Wolfpack gets bigger. That's definitely something I inspire to do possibly one day as well, because that's actually awesome. And considering the smile it put on my face and how it made my day, I would love to do that for somebody else. So Tom Grossi's awesome. He has raised millions for charity. He's moving to Wisconsin soon. Big Packers fan. Yeah, he's a great guy, man. He does a lot for his community. So for the community in general. So he raised millions of dollars. Yeah, he's a good guy. All right, let's jump back over to the rest. Zach Martin is going to be a free agent. Oh my God. I'm dying right now. He's going to be a free agent. He's 34 years old. Going to be 35. He's still not bad. Would I want to bring him in though? No. I don't know. It just depends. I like Pooney where he's at. He could play left guard. He could teach whoever we get if we potentially draft a guard, teach him a few things. I'd be open to the idea. It just depends. Again, it's kind of like with Khalil Mack. Like, how much is he getting paid, right? Is he getting paid enough money? Like, not enough money, but is he getting paid like $5 million, $7 million for that age and what he's doing? I don't think so. I think he's going to go either stick with Dallas or go somewhere else where he's going to get paid more than $10 million. Because he still played relatively well for the Dallas Cowboys. The problem with Zach Martin is he has injury problems. He's injury prone. Deontay Johnson, no. Cam Robinson, we could have picked him up, but no, I'm not interested in that guy. Hassan Reddick, some people want to hold back Reddick because he got the contract from the Jets and then came back and didn't play very good. I think personally he did that on purpose, which is a character thing, just because he wasn't getting paid enough. That he was like, okay, I'll take whatever money you're giving me, but I'm going to give you the effort of whatever I think that money is how I looked at it. Because he wasn't really a difference maker. He really didn't do much for the Jets. And I can imagine not a lot of people – I can imagine a lot of teams staying away from him, but I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on him because I do expect this team to be competitive next year. But the problem is with that, now that I think about it, it's kind of Devondre Campbell-esque, right? He has Devondre Campbell-esque energy with the bullshit. Not to mention, I think Hassan Reddick has animosity towards the 49ers organization. So I can't really – so probably not. May not bring him back. That kind of sucks. So far, I think Khalil Mack is probably the one guy I would want to bring in. Maybe Keenan Allen if he's cheap. As a vet, I wouldn't mind bringing a vet, but I wouldn't pay a shit ton of money for a wide receiver because we got Ayuk and Pearsall, who look really good. Carlton Davis, on the other hand. What am I bringing? I know he's injury prone a little bit, right? He's got some injury problems, but I wouldn't mind bringing in Carlton Davis. That's awesome. I feel the free agency and interior linemen aren't that good. So far, I've just seen one, which is Martin, but like I say, he has injury problems. The O-line will probably be all drafted. Yeah, probably, from what I see here. Let's see what kind of offense O-line. Wide receiver. Did it freeze? All right, so there's centers. Ooh, Ryan Kelly. Center Ryan Kelly is going to be a free agent. Oh, I hope please Indianapolis don't sign him. Please don't. I would love Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly is a really good center. I would love that. That would be fucking awesome. Is there any other good ones? Josh Myers actually isn't that bad for the Green Bay Packers, but I can imagine them re-signing him. Bozeman's not that bad from what I remember. And I could be wrong about that. But everyone else, I don't really know about them. McMahon from the Rams. I think they're going to re-sign McMahon. But if they don't re-sign Ryan Kelly, I want him at center badly. That's actually, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. He's a fantastic center. I do know that. Cornerback-wise, Carlton Davis, I like him, but he's a little bit injury-prone. Ward, I wouldn't mind bringing him back, but he does have that trauma here in California and San Francisco where he's probably not coming back, and I don't blame him, So DJ Reed, I wouldn't mind bringing him back. DJ Reed used to be on our team. We got rid of him, thinking we were going to bring him back in. And I think got picked up by Seattle. Then he went to the Jets. We had an opportunity to have DJ Reed, who's a phenomenal corner. I like him. Jonathan Jones from New England. He's kind of washed a little bit. Byron Murphy from the Minnesota Vikings. I wouldn't mind picking him up. Jeff Okudah is a very disappointing draft pick. Hasn't lived up to the hype. Rasul Douglas, I do like him. I wouldn't mind picking him up. I just don't know if he'll fit the man scheme that we're going to have in the end. Stephon Gilmore is a little bit washed. Emmanuel Mosley, that's a familiar name. Wouldn't mind getting him. Isaac Gadam, fuck that guy. All right, let's move on from corners. That's DNs. Let's try to find O-line. So center so far is Ryan Kelly. I would love to bring in Ryan Kelly. That would be dope. Guards, here we go. Zach Martin. James Daniels is actually not that bad. He's actually pretty good. Corbett, I don't know if he's that good. Zeitler is actually pretty good. I like him too. So Daniels, Zeitler, wouldn't mind picking him up. Herbig, I don't know if he's good or not. John Feliciano is not going to come back, I don't think. Reisner is actually not that bad as a guard. There's pretty good guards, I think. I actually disagree. I disagree with one. I think there's some good guards here. I like Reisner. And I like James Daniels, and I like Zach Martin. I think Tevin Jenkins is like the one bright spot of Chicago on the offensive line, I think. There's anybody else. Kendrick Green from the Houston Texans wouldn't be bad. We could pick up Lincoln Tomlinson again from Seattle. Even though I don't think he's played, if I remember correctly, he hasn't played that great. Ben Barch can go. Mutai from the Lions, one of the best offensive linemen there. I don't know, man. I think there's some good guards here. There's some good guards and centers in the free agency that actually I kind of like. So, what about tackles? Now let's look at tackles. Any good free agent kickers? Did I just pass those? All right. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Joey Sly. Eddie Pinheiro from the Prater. Prater's not good. Nick Folk from Tennessee. Chris Barnes. They have 2 kickers. That's funny. No, that's not a kicker. Never mind. I think Joey Sly is not that bad. Let me look up. Hold on. Joey Sly stats. Joey Sly. He's 78.8%. That's not very good. Michael Badgley from the Detroit Lions. They have Jake Bates, so Michael Badgley must be a free agent right now. Oh, he's been passed around. But he currently has throughout – he's actually not on a team. Michael Badgley is not on a team according to this. But his career is 82.4%, which is not that bad. It's better than Jake Moody. So far, Badgley's the best option, but he is a free agent. Eddie Pinheiro from the Carolina Panthers. Let me check. That's actually a pretty good kicker right there. He's 84.6%, 26 for 22. 84. He's at 84.6%. So Pinheiro, I don't know how to pronounce that. So far is like the best option right now. Matt Prater got hurt, but he's actually supposed to be a good kicker, Matt Prater. Let me check the last time. I know Matt Prater got hurt, but before he got hurt, Matt Prater was at 100%, and his longest was 57 against the Rams, 45 against the Lions, 31 against the Bills. He was 2 for 2, 6 for 6, 100%. And throughout his career, he's an 83.6% kicker. Last year, when he had a full season with the Cardinals, he was 33 for 28 with 84.8. So maybe Matt Prater. So far, Pinheiro, Prater are actually not bad. Nick Folk will be the last one. So Nick Folk stats. Nick Folk has a 95.5%. He's missed 1 field goal. So Nick Folk would probably be the guy right now. Nick Folk has a 95.5. So Nick Folk from the Tennessee Titans would be great. Matt Prater and Pinheiro are probably our best options. But Nick Folk has a 95.5% kick percentage. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's going to be a number 1 priority. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that's going to be a number 1 priority. Nick Folk, man, it's got to be the guy. I think Nick Folk is going to be the guy for sure. Michael. Is Feliciano? I've heard he's going to retire, yeah. How involved do you think the Niners will be in free agency, and who will they choose? And if they don't say O-line just because you want them to, it's not who you realistically think. They choose. I do think that they're going to take offensive line seriously this year. I actually do. I believe that. I know that years prior, in free agency wise, they haven't really. They want like in-house offensive linemen. The only one they went out and got was Westberg that one time, and then Trent Williams. Right? They like to make in-house offensive linemen and through the draft, So, but I do think they're going to take it seriously. I do think that one of the first persons we're going to see sign is going to be a kicker, and hopefully it's Nick Folk. From what I see, Nick Folk is phenomenal. 95.5% kick rate is 22 for 21. He's made a 57-yarder, made a 51-yarder. I would have to say go out and get some. I would have to say go out and get Nick Folk so far based on those stats. Moody's a nightmare. Yeah, he is a nightmare. Slide hits he does hit 60-yarders, but he's not very accurate this year. He's a 78.8% kick percentage. That's not very good. Capers nose. Yeah, sorry I'm late. What up, fam? What up? What up? Slide's pretty good. I choose him. He hasn't been good. He has a 78.8%, man. He hasn't been good. I think all kickers are old, and I mean pretty old. Nick Folk, what's his age? How old is that guy? He is 40. But he's a 95.5% kick rate, and he's made a 56-yarder. So he's still got a leg. So I would have to go with Nick Folk, Panero, and Prater, but Sly is he just doesn't have. I know Sly has a strong leg, but a strong leg is no use if you're not accurate, right? If you can't be accurate at all, they're like you having a strong leg. It's like a quarterback having a strong arm, right? It's fantastic. The guy has a strong arm, but is he accurate? You know what I mean? Capers, what up, Papa J? Hey, showing some love. We're actually at the back end of this live. Just get a free agent kicker, keep Wisnowski, and hope he gets 1%. Hire some special teams coordinator from college football or something. I am open to the idea of I really do want to keep Wisnowski. I like Wisnowski. He's been phenomenal for us. Hopefully his back is not something that's, long-term and ended his career because he was a really good kicker, a really good punter. Was he the best? No, but he was up there. He was like top 5. He was a really good punter, man. I mean, shame. And special team coordinator is going to matter. That'll be another conversation for another day. I really don't know enough about special teams coordinators right now. I haven't done enough research on them. But, yeah, I agree. Maybe someone new, fresh, college football wouldn't be bad. Somebody, just anyone that hasn't been a special teams coordinator, I would appreciate that. Unless they've been known to be an excellent special teams coordinator and they were a DC at one point and they have to get demoted somewhere else, I would take it then. But yeah. Good on Penn State. I'm a Penn State fan, so I'm getting ready. Hey, I like that Nick Singleton, man. That running back from Penn State. I fucking love that running back, dude. Solid. Nick Singleton. It looks like I'm watching the 49ers offense when I see him run. I love Nick Singleton. He's one of my favorite running backs in the draft. All right. I'm going to bounce. That was the end of everything. We just went through the grades. Not grades, but we went through the must-wins, odds, and then we kind of went through predictions again, who we want to win. That was awesome. We went through that. We went through the latest news with 49ers, which was they interviewed Detroit lineman. Let me reverse that. They interviewed Detroit's defensive passing game coordinator, Deshia Townsend, I think was his name. I really don't know his first name. It's Deshia. I think it's Deshia Townsend. He's the defensive passing game coordinator and DB's coach for the Lions. And I like what they're doing with the DB's coach over there. And I like what they're doing with the passing defense over there. So I do like the idea of picking him up. I actually do like the idea of him being a DC. I really do. But however, we did interview Robert Saleh. And just to bring it in a nutshell, what I said was, I can't imagine that conversation was long. I can't imagine that conversation was, what would you do here? What would you do here? I can imagine it's more like, how much control do you want? How much money do you want? And how soon can you accept this job? Because that's the most crucial thing. Can't imagine that interview was long, but we did interview Robert Saleh. And that does sound like they really want to bring Robert Saleh back like the number one priority. That rumor that of Robert Saleh getting the number one priority for the job sounds real, sounds true. Make him the highest paid defensive coordinator in the fucking NFL and bring him in. I want him in so badly, dude. So badly. So, all right, guys. Gonna bounce. Thank you, Michael, so much. I appreciate you. Good luck to Nikita and the Eagles, man. Wish you all the luck and love, man. Capers, thank you so much for joining in. Regardless, man, I know you're late, but hey, you still join it. You still support the stream. Be sure to like the live. It helps out a lot. Juan, of course, always appreciate your commentary, man. Your opinions, as always. Papa G, the best mod a fucking bro could ask for, man. Thank you so much. Tom, man, appreciate you as well, man. Appreciate the love. Strawberry wasn't here. I was about to give love to Strawberry, but hey, love to Strawberry wherever he's at. Who else was in here? There was someone else. Val, of course, 49ers Media. Thank you so much. I'll check out that email you sent. Samuel, thank you so much for joining the live, man. Appreciate you as well. And that's everyone. You have a good night, Capers. Peace out, Wolfpack. Says Papa J. Bye, Niner Gang, he says. And Juan says, let's go Niners! To everyone who watches this live later. Sub, if you haven't subbed already, be part of this Wolfpack. Be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We just have a great conversation. We don't get to every single subject. We just like to talk football, 49ers, things outside of 49ers, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Truly. This is my dream, and I would love to have you to help me support this dream. Like I always say, this channel goes absolutely nowhere without you, right? And it's been a ride, and it's been an absolute ride. I have just about 3,700 more subscribers than I ever thought I'd get, and again, just nothing without you. Like the live, it puts this conversation out there. It puts me out there in the algorithm, and we can just grow this empire, as Papa J has said it, the Wolfpack Empire. And as I always say, every like, comment, and comment, and subscription makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, Wolfpack. All love, fam. I'll see you next video. Bang, bang. Not again. Bang, bang. Not again. Bang, bang.